Welcome to Charts Today. My name is David Linton, and today's edition for Wednesday, the 21st of April, comes to you from London. And the dollar is recovering a little bit on the short-term chart. Remembering this is my weekly, daily, and 60-minute chart, long-term, medium-term, and short-term view of the market. If we're above the cloud, we're bullish. If we're below the cloud, we're bearish. And so we're short-term bearish, but just looking like we might make a transition, finding support on the cloud, potentially there on the dollar index. That means that the euro dollar is actually finding resistance on the cloud, obviously the inverse of the dollar. So the euro has looked strong this last week or so, but now coming back. Taking a look at sterling, we're sitting at 139.44 against the US dollar, and against the euro 116.07. So we've recovered some ground here, having had a bad week a few weeks ago. We're now starting to see support kick in and sterling appreciate. We're bullish on all three time frames against the euro for sterling. Taking a look at Bitcoin, we're sitting at $55,000. We did nudge 65, so we have come back but steadied around this level. Still have long-term upside targets, of course. The S&P 500 index is it was down last night, just weakening there, and the Nasdaq also lower. Interestingly, we're seeing the futures on the S&P flat this morning, but the Nasdaq future down 0.25%. All eyes will be on Netflix at the opening, which came out with disappointing numbers last night for new subscribers. So it'll be interesting to see how the market reacts to that. VIX volatility is sitting at 18. It jumped yesterday, but it is still historically low when we look back over the past year. The FTSE 100 index is actually up to 0.6% on the future, and if we look at the DAX, we are up 0.3%. So European markets holding their own, the CAC Current up 0.6%. Asian markets in the red. We're seeing Japan down 2%. The Hang Seng was down nearly 2% as well. So we've seen, and then India down a further 0.5%, having a bad week. Coronavirus stats not helping, and we're seeing the daily charts starting to look a little bit worrying there on the cloud. The Aussie market down 0.29%, and if we look at gold, we're sitting at 1782. Looking a bit stronger there, and silver back above the 26 level this morning, so holding on to gains there. Bond yields, the 10-year yield sitting at 1.58%. This is the thing that has the market a bit spooked of late, and it'll be interesting to see if we can make new highs. We've got a big upside target and a new downside target if we make a low below that low we saw last week. Taking a quick look at the energy mix now, Brent crude just breaking below the cloud, so looking a little bit more bearish there. WTI, much the same picture, breaking down below the cloud, so the picture just starting to look short-term bearish. US nat gas looking stronger. We were bullish this week on nat gas. Coal sitting at 74.39, holding on to last week's gains. And emissions breaking the 45 euro mark for the first time. So we are seeing that move looking very strong indeed. We'll have new upside targets on these columns, so very significant, and if we can break this level, we've got a short-term target to 46.55. MBP is down 0.3%, and TTF down 0.2%, so gas market's just looking a little bit weaker. German power actually nudging the 58 level again. Just need to break that level to break out. This is a consolidation phase before the next leg up. That 59.70 and 59.50 targets there to play for. And if we look at Nordic power, we've got the upside potential there as well, breaking through resistance, looking like a break out of this pattern, so looking stronger there too. That's it for today. Until tomorrow, happy charting. See you then.